There's a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, one that I haven't made yet, might not make for a while yet, because I have to get it right. Not just really good or very nice, but for this future video, I have to hit it out of the park and score 100%. It's just that important. You'll see it in your feed one day, and I hope very much that you'll choose to click on it. It'll be called Why It's Worth It to Support Your Local Games Store. This isn't that video, but it is about my local game store. My local game store is a very special place. It's where I've made many friends, both casual and close, as I spent countless hours playing games from Magic the Gathering to Dungeons & Dragons to Carcassonne and Dominion. And one of those friends is the owner of the store. You've probably seen him and the store in a few of my videos. His name is Mike, and the store is named Anime Imports. Mike's a pretty awesome guy, and he not only runs a great store, but he also helps foster a positive community for Magic the Gathering. You know those welcome decks that used to be called sample decks? The free little decks stores are supposed to give out for free to new players. Some shops sell them, but Mike not only gives them away, he builds new ones to give to players once the free ones Wizards sends him have run out. That's right, he only gets a small supply from Wizards of the Coast, so when he runs out, he makes his own starter decks out of commons and uncommons from his own collection to give out to free to prospective new players. He makes tons of these, gives them out to new players and inquiring parents, along with stuff like empty Fat Pack boxes and sometimes a player's guide or other little things like that that he has available to help incentivize new people to try out the game. It's small, but it's cool, and it's all out of his own pocket. Remember when I said I was having trouble getting a hold of Eternal Masters? Well, can you believe it? Mike wouldn't sell me a box of Eternal Masters, wouldn't sell me any booster boxes off him because he only had his allotment, and those were only for in-store drafts. Which, by the way, he offered at a very fair price with ample prize support. He could have just hoarded those boxes or gouged us for those packs at the highest price, but he didn't. Why? Because he said that the set should be available for limited, that it was made for limited, and so that's what he was going to use it for. At pre-release, he orders pizza for the whole store, again on his dime, of course. He also gives out tons of extra prizes, random door prizes like binders and playmats and deck boxes for everyone playing. Whenever I tell people how little he charges for events and pre-release and how big the store's prize support is, it blows their minds. A few weeks ago, Anime Imports got broken into. They smashed through the front door with such force that they literally broke the door frame, shattering through all the store windows as they went. They pillaged the store, making off with over $100,000 of product, taking Mike's collection, much of which was from his own youth as a Magic player, of booster boxes and other sealed products. He had a giant library of sealed booster boxes from throughout Magic's history. Yeah, there was a sealed Lorwyn, Mirrodin, Darksteel, Onslaught, Kamigawa, as well as really old boxes of Revised, Antiquities, The Dark. These were not hoarded by Mike and used as trophies. He used them for drafts. At least once a month, sometimes more, Mike would hold flashback drafts at Anime Imports. Players would get to pick which set they wanted to draft, and Mike was always game. Well, all those boxes are gone now. That's all gone now. And no, the insurance is not going to get him back sealed booster boxes of Revised and The Dark, nor properly compensate him for those. The police have made no progress if they've started at all. They don't even seem to be interested. But this is not a video where I am going to say, what is with this culture of stealing and theft in Magic? No, that's actually prevalent everywhere. It's not unique to our community. Coin stores, liquor stores, even gun stores in all fields have to face the threat of robbery and theft. That's true of every hobby, everywhere. And this is not a video where I'm going to talk about ensuring the best protection either. Sure, in hindsight, we can go on and on to the victims of crime about how they could have acted better, knowing then what they know now to possibly prevent those crimes. Yeah, we hear about these thefts and robberies far too often. Card stores, personal collections, lots of theft at GPs. Hell, a few weeks back we all heard about how Marshall Sutcliffe's camera got stolen and Winona Nelson's binder of artist proofs was taken. We hear all these stories and we feel angry and sad, frustrated. And I know a lot of the time we say, the Magic community is full of thieves and slime bags and rotten people. But no, I'm not going to say that. I don't believe that. Because at that very same GP that Marshall's camera got stolen, a friend of mine from Anime Imports lost his Modern Jund deck, worth well over $2,000. And believe it or not, someone took that deck and turned it into Lost and Found. Believe it or not? Yeah, I do believe it, because that's actually this community. That's the Magic community. The people who do a GoFundMe when a community member gets critically ill, or the people who turn in the missing binders and vintage decks, and the store owners who call the police when a deal that's too good to be true comes in through their door, even though they could profit off of it. That's my community. That's our community. And the very next day after the robbery, Mike opened the doors to Anime Imports once again. I made time to come to the very first event of the day, which was a Win-A-Box Legacy tournament. There was a large crowd there, larger than usual, and in it I spotted a friend who I hadn't thought was a Legacy player. "You're playing?" I asked. "Yep," he said. I asked if he had heard about the robbery, and he replied, "Yeah, that's why I came down. Legacy isn't my thing, but I want to support Mike." For us as a community, that's the best thing you can do. Support each other when and where you can. And of course, speak up when you see something wrong going on. See someone taking something they shouldn't? Speak up. Hear about a large robbery such as this, and you're someone who buys cards and collections? Keep your eyes open. And hey, I hope you don't find it in bad taste or form of me for doing this last part. But if you are a player who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area, if you are hungering for a game, maybe you'll drop by and give Anime Imports a try. Of particular note is that they are hosting the SCG Regionals 2016 Standard 5K this August 6th at 10 a.m. It's going to be a pretty spectacular event with $5,000 in cash prizing. I'll leave more details in this video's description, playmats for the first 200 to register, and lots of side events. Oh, and me, the professor, because I'll be there, and I hope to see you there as well. And for the majority of you who are not in the area, whether you live in Berlin or New York or Dublin or wherever, if you do have a cool and amazing local games store, know that they are likely not driving home in Ferraris, and show your appreciation for what they do by remembering that when you do buy games, cards, accessories, try and spend that money where you spend time playing Magic. You are supporting your Magic community by supporting your local games store. If you've got a great one, treasure it. I know I do, just as I treasure this community. And this channel is a community of 150,000 subscribers, so I guess it's time for the 150,000 Q&A. Please post any questions for me in this video, and I will answer as many of them as possible in an upcoming video, the 150K Q&A. It's not my channel, it's all of ours, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.